All praises, all honor, all glory be unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Rokah, Kodash. Double honors to the apostle elders of Great Millstone that rule well. Peace and salutation to Allah Akim, doing and pushing this word in sincerity and truth worldwide, and a sincere shalom to the elect. Now I want to get into this real quick. Lords, vassals, and serfs. Esau, the elites, those rich families, they're in the power seat of lords. Then you got the government, those Trumps and whatnots underneath them. They're vassals, and we're out here as serfs, all right? So, with this lesson here, I want to get into this real quick. You elites got to pay, we're in the sentencing part of the trial right now, and we're reading your sentences, we're reading your crimes which you have committed, and you don't like it, okay? This is why you say all types of things about us, try to hire counselors against us, but it's not going to work, okay? You elites, you got to pay, man. Okay, let's get into this real quick. Let's go into Ecclesiastes chapter 10, verse 6. Folly is set in great dignity, and the rich sit in low place. I have seen servants upon horses, and princes walking as servants upon the earth. And that's right, I have seen servants upon horses. I think that's Teddy Roosevelt. There's a statue. You got Judah on one side and Gad on the other. Okay? I have seen princes walking as servants. This is part of the curses, yes. But Esau, you still gonna have to pay, man. You went above and beyond when it came to, being that whooping stick, of Yahweh Shimei Shai, and extra. Okay, this is why the scriptures talk about us listing these charges against you right now. All right. Right now we're in the sentencing part of the trial, so this is what we're doing as men of Yahweh Shimei Shai, as his prophets. Psalms chapter 50 and verse 21. While you did all this, all the wickedness that you were doing, Esau, I remained silent, and you thought I didn't care. But now I will rebuke you, listing all my charges against you. And how's the Lord doing that? Through his servants, the prophets. Being out there on the highways and byways, putting up these videos, exposing Esau, Edom's wickedness. Isaiah chapter 13 and verse 1. The burden of Babylon, which Isaiah the son of Amos did see. Lift ye up a banner upon the high mountain, exalt the voice unto them, shake the hand that it may go into the gates of the nobles. And when you say that, it's an expression of cursing them off, okay? And that's exactly what we're doing. We're cursing them off with all the wickedness they have done. With all these, Isaiah chapter 10 and verse 1, woe unto them that decree unrighteous decrees. And you've been making all these unrighteous decrees, and with your power, Job 9:24, you're forcing the earth into taking those, whatever powers that, whatever bills you sign in, right? And you're sanctioning other countries and so on and so forth. So, woe unto them that decree unrighteous decrees, and that right grievousness which they have prescribed. So going back into Isaiah 13, we're shaking the hand, we're telling you off. We're exposing all these things that you are doing. This is why, going back into that verse, it says right here, I am listing all my charges against you. And the Lord is doing that how? Through his servants, the prophets. All right? Let's go into that real quick. Because as the lords are, so are all those who are under him. So as the elites are, so are all them that are under him. Sirach chapter 10 and verse 2. As the judge of the people is himself, so are his officers. And what manner of man the ruler of the city is, such are all they that dwell therein. So, lord, vassal, and serfs. All right, and the way that you're, prescribing things and, going against the law, statutes, and commandments of Yahweh Shimei Shai, you're destroying things, okay? You're destroying what is natural, what was put there naturally. And I have something right here where you want to pause and read it, but I'm just get straight to the point. U.S. breweries add anything anything from candy to clams. This is talking about beer. And I was telling somebody about the German purity law, right? And you could pause and go read it. But Esau, Edom, you're a madman on the loose. Things were created to be good, but you have turned them into evil, okay? Turn them into wickedness. Ecclesiastes, Sirach chapter 39 and verse 24. As his ways are plain unto the holy, so are they stumbling blocks onto the wicked. For the good are good things created from the beginning, so evil things for sinners. The principal things for the whole use of man's life are water, fire, iron, and salt, flour of wheat, honey, milk, and the blood of the grape, and oil, and clothing. All these things are for good to the godly, so to the sinner they are turned into evil. Okay? And back in the day, they just made things simple, plain, straight. But here it is. Nowadays you got Esau, Edom separating these things, giving people diabetes and all types of stuff, sweets, candies, making dye, poison, putting it in food and whatnot. So these good things were turned into evil things in the hand of the wicked. But in the hand of the godly, it's nourishing, it's wholesome. Okay? And this is why we're listing all these charges against you, Esau, Edom, because you're in the wrong. You're destroying the world, man. Revelation chapter 11 and verse 18. And the nations were angry, and thy wrath is come, and the time of the dead, that they should be judged, and that thou shouldest give reward unto thy servants the prophets, and to the saints, and to them that fear thy name, small and great, and shouldest destroy them which destroy the earth. And that's Esau, Edom, microplastics, a whole fucking island filled up with plastics, okay? The air's polluted, the water's polluted, animals are polluted. You can't fish at this time of the year, you can't fish over here, Revelation 13 and 9, if any man have an ear, let him hear. He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. He that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword. Here's the patience and the faith of the saints. And we have faith that Yahweh Shem Yahushua gonna turn the tables. Deuteronomy 30 and 7. And we're already seen it. But, the last part right there, he that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. Right now, we're still captive underneath your hands. Okay? And when the Lord decides to shake this place, you're going to try to run. Amos chapter 9 and verse 2. Though they dig into hell, going into the ground, thence shall my hand take them into these bunkers and whatnot. Though they climb up to heaven, thence will I bring them down. Yeah, they want to go out to the space stations, and they want to dig into the ground. But the Lord said, nah, I'm going to command mine, and they're going to bite you. They're going to get you. Okay? Let's get this real quick. Revelation chapter 6 and 15. And the kings of the earth, and the great men, and the rich men, and the chief captains, and the mighty men, and every bondman, and every freeman, hid themselves in the dens and in the rocks of the mountains, and said to the mountains and rocks, fall on us, and hide us from the face of him that sitteth on the throne, and from the wrath of the Lamb. For the great day of the wrath is come. For the great day of his wrath is come, Salakia, and who shall be able to stand? So when that day comes, they try to hide in these bunkers and whatnot. It's not gonna go well for you, man. Because the Lord is gonna command his men to dig you out. Dig you out of those holes, man. You tried to hide, but poof, here we are. You know what I'm saying? Isaiah chapter 24 and verse 21. And it shall come to pass in that day that the Lord shall punish the hosts of the high ones, elites that are high, and the kings of the earth upon the earth. And the vassals, the lords and the vassals. And guess what? You serfs, you Edomites, you 2/3. We're in a serf position too, right? But you serf 2/3 and Edomites and other nations, you're going to get destroyed. You vassals, you're going to get destroyed. And you lords, you're going to get fucked up. We're going to pull you out. You're going to be Some of the vassals and lords, you're going to be building up our kingdom with your teeth. And they shall be gathered together as prisoners are gathered in the pit, and shall be shut up in prison, and after many days shall be visited. Right. Now, how's that going to be done? The Lord said that he's making us fishers right now of men. But in that day, hunters. Jeremiah 16:16. Behold, I will send for many fishers, saith Yahweh, and they shall fish them. And after I will send for many hunters. Right now we're fishers of men with the word, right? And after I will send for many hunters. That's when we got those new bodies, spiritual power, right? We're going to know where you at. And they shall hunt them from every mountain and from every hill and from all the holes of the rocks, right? They tried to run. You're not going to be able to run, man. You're dealing with people with spiritual power. You're dealing with something that you've never seen before, okay? Matthew chapter 4:19. And he saith unto them, follow me, and I will make you fishers of men. Right now, we're fishers of men. But in that day, when the Lord gives us those new bodies, we gonna be like him, okay? Actually, you know what? Let me get it right here. Beloved, 1 John 3:2, beloved, we are the sons of God, Salakia, and it doeth not yet appear what we shall be, but we know that when he shall appear, we shall be like him, for we shall see him as he is. Right, so those new bodies, we're going to be able to go into those holes and rip you out. Okay, so Esau, Edom, like I said, we're listing these charges against you. Psalms chapter 50 and verse 21. While you did all this, all the corruption, all the wickedness, going above and beyond, killing us and whatnot, I remained silent, and you thought I didn't care. But now I will rebuke you, listing all my charges against you. And we're in the sentencing, phase right now. So we're listing these charges against you. We keep not mentioned day and night. The righteous, blood crieth unto him. The souls of the righteous continue to complain, man. Roughly phrasing. So, hey, lords, vassals, and serfs, you lords and you vassals too, you're going to have to, pay. So with that, all praises, all honor, all glory be unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Rakah, Quadash. Double honors to the apostle elders of Great Millstone that rule well. Peace and salutation to all the Akim doing and pushing his word in sincerity and truth worldwide, and a sincere shalom to the elect. I hope you're edified, Akim. Lord willing, to the next time. Shalom, 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 and a bud. Shalom.